Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Front Line with Joe and Joe Pasillo and Joe Resinello. And once more, let us go into the breach. Joe, that's all you ever hear is the violence on the right and the domestic terrorist that Merrick Garland wants to go after because they attend traditional Latin Mass, or they get up and they raise their voices in front of a school board. I want you and everybody out there to look at this guy. This is a pro-life prayer warrior who prays in front of Planned Parenthood, okay, in Baltimore. This is what a radical leftist thug did to him, okay? This is according to LifeSite News, okay? 2 pro-life advocates were attacked outside of a Planned Parenthood in Baltimore, Maryland, okay? It goes on from there about just the details and the fact that what happened was some dude came along, right? Probably like one of these real hipsters, okay? Told the death escort, that's the people that escort the women in and out of Planned Parenthood. We call them death escorts, hold his coffee, and then proceeded to do this to this gentleman. Now, here's my point, okay? Where is the violence on the abortion issue? Because it ain't coming from Christians and Catholics praying in front of abortion clinics. It's coming from the people that beat this guy up, or the people that are vandalizing churches, or the people that are attacking crisis pregnancy centers that Elizabeth Warren wants to ban, by the way. Joe, I need help with this, Joe, because see this guy here? I'm going to say this, Joe. I would never advocate violence only to defend someone else or to defend myself. The guy who did this, if he doesn't believe in God, he should thank God that I wasn't there. You look at this guy's face. That's the price you pay in America for praying in front of an abortion clinic.
Well, a couple things. No one cares, Joe. That's why they don't. And many people who see that say good. Don't think that that's all classes of people, from rich to poor. Or there are many people in their heart of hearts, they have no problem with it. Believe that. Also, where's the press? They're not covering it.
They're not going to cover this.
They don't care either. They don't care either. And that's a sad reality, but it's reality. Recently, Archbishop Corleone tweeted about what took place in Dodger Stadium. And one of the statements he made is, girt your loins. It shouldn't shock you what took place. It shouldn't. Right. This is the way it is. The reason why, frankly, and I'm not choosing sides, it is the radical left. That because the country is okay with it. Why they got away with at Giant Stadium? Because people are okay with that.
Oh,
why
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium. Why they get away with this in terms of who's investigating it, why the press doesn't cover it? Because people are okay with it.
Hey, Joe, let me tell you something, though, and I'm going to say this straight up. I am not a tough guy. I've never been in my life. But these little punks, like the punk that did this to this guy, the reason why he felt emboldened to do it because there was 2 guys there. And obviously you could tell from this gentleman has gray hair. So he probably looks like he's in his mid-60s. That's why he did it. You think if it was your rosary rally in front of a Planned Parenthood, or the guys I pray with here in Arizona in front of Planned Parenthood, you think that if this little hipster, this little punk went in front of that Planned Parenthood, you think he would have pulled this? He wouldn't have done that. Basically, he picked on 2 old guys. So it shows the cowardice, too, on the part of them. They pick soft targets. They would have never done this. If they saw 10, 15, 20 guys praying in front of Planned Parenthood, you know what they would have done? They would have taken their Starbucks coffee, turned around, and went the other way. Joe, I need a final word from you because this is disgusting. This really, and by the way, this is squarely at the feet of Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland needs to be removed from office. He needs to be removed somehow, some way. Him and Mayorkas, they get up there and they talk their way and they get indignant when the Republicans accuse them of something, which is obvious. It's obvious that Merrick Garland is going after Catholics. It's obvious that Mayorkas is doing everything he's doing deliberately at the border. When you pointed out, oh, I resent that, Senator. I'm doing my job. Merrick Garland and Mayorkas are dangers to America. Garland in particular, because he's the top law enforcement officer in the country. He'll look at this and not say a word. Yet if you use a he to describe a man who's dressed as a woman, you should go to jail. or be put on the domestic terrorist watch list, or if you yell at the teachers that are trying to indoctrinate your student, your child, you should be put on a terrorist watch list. But the little piece of crap that beat up this guy, nothing's going to happen to. Thank you, Merrick Garland.
Well, again, they're the byproducts of our country. I mean, the country doesn't have a moral compass anymore. What's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. And discrimination against Catholics is very real. Look at all the churches that have been burned in Canada. I think it's over 70. By the way, you want to also talk about violence that's ignored. Memorial Day weekend just came and gone. 51 people were shot in Chicago, 12 of which died. Black on black crime. Where is the report on that? Do they care? No. That is why the media is garbage. It's pure, unadulterated, spoon-fed manure. And frankly, it should bother you. Too many people are perfectly fine with it, Joe, because they have agendas and it's all about power. And if I don't get power, I don't care about the truth. I don't care if it affects you because it doesn't affect me. And frankly, that's not the America I want to be a part of. I feel like I'm a stranger in a strange land, Joe.
Oh, it's an awful strange land, Joe, but that's why we're here at the front line with Joe and Joe and many people out there trying to raise the consciousness of the American people and make them aware of all this nonsense. Listen, at the end of the day, Joe, that's why they want to shut down Twitter. That's why they want to keep their control over YouTube and Facebook so that they could have the hammerlock. They don't want one little hole where free information, truthful information could get out there to the American people. That's what hopefully we and many, many others out there represent. Guess what? That's what Elon Musk represents too. A threat to them because he says, I think people should be allowed to speak freely on all these issues. Joe, we got to leave it there. Thanks again for joining us at the front line with Joe and Joe. Stick around for more great content. Are you tired of doing business with companies who don't share or support your beliefs? Then you need to switch from your current phone company to Charity Mobile. Charity Mobile is the pro-life phone company. 5% of your monthly plan goes to support the pro-life, pro-family charity of your choice. There are no contracts, and Charity Mobile makes it very easy to switch. Act now because for a limited time, new customers who mention the offer code Joe and Joe get a free phone with free activation and free shipping. Chat with us online at CharityMobile.com or call us at 877-474-3662.